Imagine a college student cruising the town, enjoying the beautiful scenery with her best friends while listening to top hit songs. She has a break from school and is trying everything to keep herself busy, having the most fun she's had in years. Upon returning home, she finds a letter from the Secretary of State informing her that her license is being revoked for the next 3 months starting next week. The disappointment and regret the student faces in this moment explains her life for the rest of her 3 months. Furthermore, many college students are exhilarated by the freedom and opportunities that they seek since high school is over. However, revoking a student's license can place a temporary hold on these particular students' lives. Effects from a suspended license consist of far more than not being able to drive. College students with their license suspended create conflict when relying on others and produce a variety of negative emotions. On the other hand, a suspended license can bring one closer to one's family. One of the most obvious effects students face is to become reliant on other people. A college student's schedule can be demanding and stressful in itself. Adding the responsibility of finding transportation intensifies the students' lives. Most students oftentimes become involved in extracurricular activities and work as well as attend class. This might cause a massive headache when finding a way to make it to these events on time. Because not all students are within walking distance of their classes, and cabs are not accessible on the countryside, few options exist for the student to arrive to their classes on time. Specifically, most students know that not attending class regularly is not an option, and not showing up could result in being dropped from their classes. In the same way, students with a job need to find yet another way of transportation to work. Attendance is not optional, and not showing up to work for the next 3 months would result in being fired. Moreover, relying on friends and family members to transport the individual to each of these activities is sure to cause stress for the length of the suspension. Knowing other people have responsibilities of their own, it can be extremely difficult to find a way to get a ride. Even if a student has a designated driver, it is not a guarantee that he or she will be on time and not cancel at the last second. Another burdensome effect that is placed on the students are amplified emotions. Not only will finding a ride every day guarantee stress, but not getting out with friends can lead to depression. As a student acquires their newly found freedoms in college, having all of it ripped away is a difficult situation. College is a time to discover new interests, hobbies, and talents. Being able to drive is essential to begin this journey. Having no transportation for activities the student wants to participate in is a huge concern for her emotional well-being. Finding a ride to get to places that are necessary is difficult enough, let alone finding a ride for things that one desires. As a result, being trapped in a house full of the same individuals makes the student overthink everything. For instance, a student experiencing relationship problems is worried about another individual's well-being or even why mom made lasagna when he or she insisted that she made spaghetti, overthinks these issues more than necessary for the remainder of the 3 months. Overthinking to the extreme occurs because there is nothing better to do. In addition, a student feels as though he or she is missing out on everything. For instance, that huge party that Jessica invited one to is sure to be the party of the century. Nonetheless, one is unable to attend. The most positive effect that arises is that the student becomes closer with his or her family. As busy as the students' lives become, spending time with family is oftentimes near impossible. Even though some students still live at home with their family, they often lead their lives in two extremely different directions. For instance, a busy student will go to class right in the morning and go to work directly after class. Any time in between is often used to complete homework assignments or seek adventure outside of the home. As a parent, work is a high priority and has strict requirements. Therefore, it is difficult to find a time that works for the student and family members. Now that other opportunities are not possible, a student has the opportunity to spend time with his or her family. Students are also likely to bond with family members more because they are driving the student around. Driving around with family offers a way to catch up on everything in each other's lives. When being with family members this often, venting to each other could create a closer bond. Getting through this difficult time together makes the relationship even better with family members. A college student's schedule can be extremely busy and give no remorse for those unable to keep up. Students with a suspended license have few options to keep up with their time-oriented schedule. Making one small mistake, such as rolling a stop sign, could have students devastated for the next 3 months of their lives. Preventing this mistake could have took a couple extra seconds, but would have saved an individual 3 months of misery. This one mistake is sure to lead to a handful of unpleasant consequences. These consequences will make it seem as though 3 months turned into 3 years.